I got Jace up on the big screen, getting into his morning workout. I mentioned before that Jace is a natural yogi. Just discovered it by his own process, as every yogi ever did. Hey, Ash is here. Well, Ash, how are you? Appreciate you being here. It's early for me. It is 5 o'clock in the morning. What time is it for you? So in the morning live stream, I begin with reading from the Tao Te Ching. This is from a book called Change Your Thoughts, Change Your Life, which couldn't be more true.
Grow your career with Gen AI.
Sorry, guys. Which couldn't be more true. And yet, none of us are even aware that that's possible. Because we believe that we are the voice in our head. We believe that we are our thoughts. And we never give that any examination. Is it true? Are we actually our thoughts? And if we are our thoughts, then how come we're not always changing when our thoughts change? If we have a different opinion than we had before, shouldn't we be different people? And yet we find as the thoughts change, we hold on to our identity. Ash says, hi, Yogi. Hi, Ash. How are you? And our friend Goldie says, hi, there, lovely people. Hi there, lovely Goldie. So, Change Your Thoughts, Change Your Life is Dr. Wayne Dyer's interpretation, impression of the Tao Te Ching and how to best live it. We're on day 79 of 81 verses of the Tao. And we made it through. Some of us have made it. Some have long since stopped showing up, 5 in the morning, and others are new, like our friend Ash. So 2 more days, and we'll start something new. Goldie says, at work, holding down my shift on my own today. Wow, sorry, Goldie. Long day, 10-hour day. Man, they're all long days. A 10-hour day is a long day. Is it 10 or 12 today, though? Ash says it was just watching Jace and his live. It's got a high energy routine. So let's read verse 79 and then we'll dive in. Goldie says it's a 12-hour day. My thoughts are with you, Goldie. Hey, any news? I guess I shouldn't have to ask. If there was news, you would share it. So my apologies. Verse 79. I love verse 79. After a bitter quarrel, some resentment remains. What can one do about it? Be content with what you have is always best in the world, best in the end. Someone must risk returning injury with kindness, or hostility will never turn to goodwill. So the wise always give goodwill, expecting gratitude, without expecting gratitude. Sorry, guys. One with true virtue always seeks a way to give. One who lacks true virtue always seeks the way to get. To the giver comes the fullness of life. To the taker, just an empty hand. Here's the part that I love most of all. Someone must risk returning injury with kindness, or hostility will never turn to goodwill. So the wise always give without expecting gratitude. How often have we been willing to take that risk? And what do we think when we don't, or when we do? Do we not take the risk because is that other person going to think I'm weak? Am I just going to get hurt? The thing is, we're addicted. We are addicted to our resentments. We're addicted to our grievances. We're addicted to our fear. We don't ever return goodwill for injury because we're afraid. And yet, that only leads to more discord. It only leads to more dissatisfaction. It only leads to more grievances. And look how the world is. What's the world that we live in? How often do we get a glimpse of true happiness? True happiness comes when we are willing to take that risk, to forgive in the face of injury. Life itself is always going to seem to injure us, but we can always turn away from injury. We can always see past the illusion of those grievances, of those resentments, and forgive. We don't do it for the sake of the other person. We do it for the sake of our own inner peace. Forgiveness is never about the other person. It's never about the injury itself. It is always about our own peace of mind. Returning to that peacefulness, our peaceful nature, we begin to extend love throughout the world. We're no longer addicted to our own best good opinion. Goldie says, nope, no news, and don't feel like pressuring them for an answer. Understandable. Alexandria says, hey, Alexandria, how are you? Kayla says, hello, Yogi. Hello, Kayla, my friend, how are you? Ash says, hey, Alexandria and Kayla Boo. Let's see, any of my friends here not connected to anyone else? Our friend Ash is hoping to get to 50 subscribers so she can do a live stream. She's at 19 right now. So if anyone isn't connected, let me know and we can do something about it. Ash says, hey, Alexandria and Kayla Boo. Alexandria says, hey, Ash and Goldie. Ash says, just check my subs. I lost one yesterday. They always go up and down. But you know what? You still gained 2 yesterday. You came into the day with 17 and you left with 19. And let's see what happens today. Maybe we can get you closer and closer. So let's go back real quick. When the Tao says one who lives with true virtue, they're saying one that is aligned with the way of the Tao, one that is aligned with the way of love, one that is at peace with themselves. And when you're at peace with yourself, you are at peace with the world. The one with true virtue always seeks a way to give, always seeks a way to give. One who lacks true virtue, meaning one who is not aligned with the Tao, one who is not at peace with themselves, always seeks a way to get. How often do we see that every day? Someone puts out that false pretense of, hey, I will help you if you help me in return, which isn't true giving. It's seeking a way to get. True giving is when you just say, I'm here to serve, I'm here to serve, I'm here to serve. However that might be. More than that, we open up to the universe saying, this is how you serve. Each moment, it might be different. Goldie says, hi, Eric McCarty, my trip to the caves might fall. Well, I hope not, Goldie. This is something you definitely deserve. I'm going to, Goldie says the car is having issues. Any way to get a loaner? Mr. Lag says, hello, Bobby here. Hello, Bobby, how are you? Tony says, can I get a good whiff of that stink star? What exactly is the stink star? I imagine every star has its own stink, right? Ash says, I'll make sure to tag all of you in my first live. That would be awesome. Let's see. William's here. William, did I miss you? My apologies. I saw many of you hanging out with Jace, which was pretty cool. Let's see. Where were we, guys? William says, hello, Yogi. What's new, William? Goldie says, hi there to Tony. Goldie's saying hey to William. And William is here. Ash says, still waiting for Aspen and Flower. Sometimes Flower shows up in the morning. Well, it's afternoon, I guess, for her. She's just getting out of school. But most often, we see her at the 1 o'clock. So they might show up. This is usually a pretty short live. I get ready to take my walk first thing. Well, it's not first thing in the morning for me. I've been up already for almost 3 hours. Ash says she has school. She does. She started 2 weeks ago now. I think it's 2 weeks. I don't think it started for Aspen yet, though. So Goldie, send in prayers that we can work out the car issues in the best way possible. Oh yeah, it's Saturday. I forgot it's Saturday. So she might still be asleep. Totally forgot, Ash. I easily lose track of my days. My Saturday is almost exactly the same as my Wednesday. The only difference is when someone says, hey man, it's Saturday. William says, what's happening with the car? She just mentioned above that she's having issues. So, I was talking about those who give, selfless service. How can we tell? This is what the Tao says, one with true virtue, meaning one who is aligned with the Tao. One who isn't aligned with the Tao is those who give what's in it for me, always. I call that insidious giving, because underneath the giving is that insidious thought process of, but you're going to help me, right? Which isn't true serving. It's not wrong as much as it doesn't lead to a sense of peacefulness. Because what if we don't get something back? Then we're left feeling resentful. Man, I gave so much to this person, and what did I get in return? Did they even bother to thank me? Are they thanking me in their heart? That's the problem. It's not about making someone wrong. It's about, are you at peace with what you're doing? So how do we become someone of true virtue? Awareness, examining. This is what both Carlos Castaneda, who was a Toltec shamanic teacher, and the Buddhist teacher Jack Kornfield called a path with heart. When we are doing something, when we're giving something to someone, can we ask ourselves, why am I giving? Is it to get something back? Or is it simply for the sake of giving, because it extends myself as love, because I feel better when I give, and because it helps someone else? Just ask ourselves that. And then proceed from there. Does this path have heart? See what happens. William says, if I lived any closer, I would drive you, Goldie. Nice, William. It is hard to live closer to Romania than being in Romania. Ash says, laughing, I'm always here to remind you now. I have my notifications for your live. I appreciate that. I need someone to remind me. Otherwise, my days will blend together. So, let's see. William says, it's not the extreme of the ladder, it is how much they take. I have no excess to give. I have no excess to give for myself. I can share the space of my car and what food I keep in the trunk. Well, you always have more. We always have more to give. And that's important to examine. So William says, no excess to give from himself, he can share the space of his car and the food that he keeps in his trunk, which is a lot and which is extremely gracious of William, because he would do that. He would offer you half of a sandwich, half of a banana. That's the kind of guy that William is. But here's William giving his attention, giving his time, making sure that the live stream flows smoothly. Up above, he deleted a comment that he didn't think fit into the conversation. He's giving. Ash is giving her attention, her kindness. Goldie has consistently been giving her attention and kindness to me since day one, the first day she came on a live stream. Hey, you know what? Tony, showing up, doing me the kindness of just being here. I appreciate it all. Everyone has something to give, always and continuously. William says, well, they take, some people don't care how much they take from you. This is true. This is true. But it's never about the other person. Never about the other person. It's what we can do. Now, here's the thing when we give, don't leave yourself out of the equation. A lot of times, we get that thought, okay, so the Tao, the universe, God is telling me to give. So I got to keep giving until it hurts. But in that kind of giving, we are taking something away from ourselves as well. Being a giver doesn't mean that we don't set a boundary, that we don't set lines. Because if we don't protect ourselves as well, if we don't give to ourselves as well, we have nothing truly to give. We're depleted. We've cut ourselves off from the source of the universe. We cut ourselves out from the Tao. So it takes discernment and it takes practice. We practice being givers. It's the most natural thing in the world, but we've lost touch with our connection. In the Bible, they call it the still small voice within. We no longer listen to that. We listen to the loud voice of the ego that says, hey, if you keep giving, you're going to get hurt. If you keep giving, you're going to run out. So we always have the choice. Are we listening to the voice of love, or are we listening to the voice of ego? That might be the only true choice that we have. Goldie says, sorry, phone call? That's okay. Ash says, I got invited to my friend's mother's wedding at 3. So when I saw that you were going live at 11, I was so happy I wouldn't miss it. Nice. Well, I'm glad you're going to make it. Weddings are always fun. Roy says, I would give whole banana, and they may rob me of the car. William says, it was inappropriate and children may be present. I apologize. I was a bit terse about it. No need to apologize. Like I said, you were looking out for the conversation. So I appreciate it. And there are children present. So yeah, very much appreciated. I shouldn't say children. There are young people. Sorry. There are young people present. William says, my fear is that there will be nothing to give when someone needs it versus someone taking excessively because they simply want. It's a good fear to be aware of. So with discernment, you'll see the difference. With discernment, you'll see giving to people who are just take. Give them what they truly need, which might not be what they want. It might not be what they're asking for. You're practicing discernment. What they truly need is love and kindness, compassion, empathy. And sometimes that comes with the banana. Sometimes it comes with what we have. It always comes with the gift of our attention, of our own kindness, of our own love. Sometimes you might have to walk away from someone, giving them only love. If you rob yourself of the whole banana, you're not going to have the energy to give to someone else. Jonathan Taylor's here. Jonathan, my friend, how are you? Goldie says, you give out of kindness. Remember to take time in the presence of God to be filled with kindness. Absolutely. Beautifully said from Goldie. If you don't replenish, then what you end up giving is emptiness. But when you realize that innate emptiness, as Goldie says, you take time to be replenished, can you ever doubt that God has more to give? Isn't God an infinite source? When you open to that infinite source, when you keep replenishing and replenishing, replenishing, we can do it through prayer, we can do it through meditation, being out in nature, then we always have more to give. Timo's here. Timo, how are you? William says, not wish granting makes more sense. Absolutely, it does. Who are we to grant a wish? That's for God. God answers prayers. We are the means through which those prayers are answered. It is not ours to say from my benevolence. That was a struggle, guys, but I got it. I'm not going to try it again. Maybe I will, one more time. Benevolence. How'd that go? Second time was the charm. See the third. Through my benevolence, I give you this. That's ego. What we do is we open to the will of God and we say, this is what I can do. This is what my heart is telling me to do. The heart is a vehicle to listen to that still small voice. The still small voice is not the ego. It is the voice of the Holy Spirit saying, this is how you serve. If we give for the sake of the ego, then we have limits. And we think to ourselves, well, if I give you my half of the banana, I only have half left. If I give you the whole banana, man, am I going to feel special because I gave you my entire banana? That's always listen to the ego. Listen to the heart center. Listen to that still small voice. Listen to the Holy Spirit. And give from there. What is that small voice telling you to do? Jonathan says, I'm okay. Well, I'm happy to hear that. William says, hey, Timo, welcome. Happy to see you again. William says, how is your progress? William says, I'm still driving around, so have not been able to commit much towards your hours. Hey, William, I thought you were going to hang out in Knoxville. William says, it always takes me 5 minutes to remember like. William says, benevolence is a mouthful at 5 a.m. And it's also a mouthful at 5 p.m. for me. William says, I was looking at cost of rent in Clarksville, Maryland, and yikes, it is expensive. It is. This is it's an expensive county to live in. I couldn't afford it had I not inherited a house. Because when my parents moved here, it was not an expensive place to live. What might be best is you start looking for a room that you can rent. Always a little easier. And then you start adding on from there. Then you start looking for an apartment and you start looking for, other things. There's always a way. Optimop says, I'm working for the next Vax movie. Oops, I missed a comment here. Tima says, I'm fine. Good that I have uploaded yesterday's premiere videos. Have some issues with the copyrighted music, but I have a license and you're allowed to use the music. Well, I'm glad that it's working out. Hey, is everyone subscribed to our friend Ash? William says, I know I can live a day and then some without food. A banana, just a banana. They can make more of it than I can, but I can understand the need to make sure my own gas does not run out. Absolutely. William says, I'm still here in Knoxville, still in my car, leeching some Wi-Fi right now. Well, let's see what you hear today. You know, let's see what Knoxville offers you for the day. Hey, if you ever need, hey, William, do you have Venmo? If you ever need, a couple dollars, $5, $10 or something for a meal, for some gas, just send me a message on Facebook. Should give you my number so you can text my phone if you want. Goldie says, Timo checked up on Vance. She's hard at work. Nice. Optimop says, I have already subbed to Ash. I do always sub to the other channels here on Yogi, channel to support. Thank you. That is extremely kind of our friend Timo, but that's what Timo does, because Timo, I should say Optimob, because remember, Optimob, it's a team. Timo, Sabine, and Bax, they are giving people. I'm going to be having Optimob up and running. Speaking of giving, we're going to give them watch hours, guys. They are fast approaching. Optimob says thank you to Goldie. Goldie says, Eric McCarty in private, please. Phone number? Absolutely. I will do so. Facebook Messenger. William says, I appreciate the offer, Yogi. Thank you. I'd rather go towards your lentils, or rather you, Mocha, doing a food review of Great Sage sometime. Man, it's been a while since we've been to Great Sage. But Mocha's going back to school in about 3 weeks. Restarting. This is her last 2 semesters coming up to get her associate's degree in American Sign Language. So maybe before she goes back to school, we will get some pancakes. Ash, you are back up to 20. Optimob says, we know how hard it is to get subscribers, and we help others to reach the goal and succeed on YouTube. Very nice. Jace is here. Jace says hello. Hello, my friend Jace. Goldie says, hi there, Jace. Always a pleasure. It is always a pleasure. William says, I would err on the side of caution if you choose to use a mobile. Maybe mask your number with Google Voice. I just thought on Facebook Messenger. Where it says, hey Jace, good morning, sir. Nice workout this morning. William says, all right. If I was really being cautious on Facebook, I would send you one number a day so you could add it up. Of course, now I just gave away my secret. William says, I've seen people lose a what's a 2FA by giving away their number. Jay says, I focused a lot more on relaxing today. Helped. It's a whole, man, so many people miss that, Jace. It's always the go hard, stay hard mentality. The first thing you learn when you try to run 100 miles, heck, even a 50K, you don't start out like you're running a 5K. You don't start out like you're sprinting a mile. You don't even start out a mile as if you're sprinting. It's all about pace. Some days, some moments, some races, you go harder. Sometimes you go easier. And the more you do that, the more you listen, the more intuitive it becomes. And everything becomes a flow. That's what you notice with Jace. It's a beautiful flow. Jace is intuitively aligned with the Tao, the energy of the universe, his prana. We always say our prana, but in truth, there's just prana. It's not ours, it's the universe, energetic universe. Sabine is here. Sabine says, good morning, Yogi Eric. Good morning, Sabine. Ash says, yay. Absolutely. William says, two-factor authentication. And is a level of phishing and human engineering. Man, it can be a scary world sometimes, can't it? Gordy says, hi there, lovely Sabine. Timo says, Eric and chat, I'm in the back working on Back's video with a special music. Oh, wow. Anne made for Bax. That's awesome. I can't wait to hear that. Rob says, the method of removing it. I'm doing good, Sabine. William says, so excited for the news, Timo. Optimob says, in 34 hours is a nice, relaxed video as event premiere to see. Looking forward to it. Here's the funny thing with a premiere from Team Optimob is I even look forward to the premiere of the premiere. I always look forward to the getting ready. What's it called? The preview. That's the word I'm looking for. I always look forward to the preview of the premiere almost as much as I look forward to the premiere. Ash says, all right, I'll be back. I'll be right back. We're going to be about 1 or 2 more minutes. I'm going to get out and take my walk. Goldie says, please remember to tap the like button. Thank you for that, Goldie. I have a couple narrow windows of walking without rain today. It's supposed to rain all day, but right now it's supposed to be clear. When Mocha comes over, it is supposed to be clear as well. Very fortunate indeed, guys. Smee says, Timo is editing, and I'm finishing my breakfast. Jay says, Eric, like to smell the pumpkin before he tastes it. Absolutely. Absolutely. That made me laugh, Jace. We got an emoji from Kayla. Always nice to know that Kayla is hanging in the background, doing what she does best, which is support, love and support. She's also a premier gamer. William says, oh, right, Melka, what is she going to school for? She's going to school to get her associate's degree in American Sign Language. She already has her bachelor's. She got through the Air Force. When she got out of the Air Force, she also used the GI Bill. She's a massage therapist. As well, I forget what it's called for the skin, taking care of the skin. But she still had some time left on her GI Bill. She wanted to use it in a way that could serve other people, specific people. So she went back to learn American Sign Language. William says, "What's for breakfast, Sabine?" And Goldie says, "American Sign Language." Thanks for remembering, Goldie. Let's see, William says, "Right, I remember her speaking of American Sign Language. I do not remember it was for school." Dermatologist, nope. Um, not not in a medical way, but in like skincare routine. Begins with an E. If you see her on a live stream, ask her. Speed says just bread, boiled eggs, and sausage and jams. Sounds filling. Sounds filling, sounds nourishing. And tasting. Let's see. William says, the last true throwback um, to AOL Internet chat days. Back in the day. That's even slightly before my time, as I was a late comer to the internet. I think it was 2000, 2001 that I got a computer and got online. What level of boiled eggs? You know, there was levels. Ash is back. Cody says age, sex, location. ASL. Ah. Warren says, yep. All right, guys. So I'm going to go out and take my walk. Take advantage of this window of opportunity. Oh, yeah. I guess we have what? Soft-boiled eggs. What was I thinking? And hard-boiled eggs. Sabine says hard-boiled eggs. If I still ate eggs, it would be hard-boiled. Sabine says, I mean the eggs. Absolutely. Rose says, delicious. I love jammy eggs. So, all right, guys. I'm out of here. I'm going to take my walk. If I get caught in the rain, I get caught in the rain. I don't mind a little rain in my life. I don't mind a lot of rain in my life. I do my best to be grateful for it all. Grateful to receive. And I'll be back. Hey, Ash, if we don't see you on the afternoon live stream, have fun at the wedding. Have fun at your friend's wedding. Ash says, bye, Yogi. Bye, Ash. I appreciate you coming in. I appreciate all of you guys coming in, helping me start off my day. It's really a fun way for me. Much appreciated. Ash says, I'm sure I will see you. Hey, if you got some time through the day, make sure you have Optima up. Watch a video or two. Hit the like button for them and give them some watch hours. Roy says, I don't anymore. I tried. Just cannot get over the taste smell of them in general. Personally, proximity is fine, but ingesting is no more for me. Yeah, eggs used to be a comfort food for me. No matter what, I could always make eggs. If I didn't feel like cooking, I could always make eggs. You can always add stuff to eggs. So it didn't cause me any issues when I went vegan, but it was, again, it was a source of ease and comfort. If your stomach's upset, you can almost always eat eggs. William says, have a great morning, everyone. May you encounter something unique, out of place, the right way today. Absolutely. Thank you for that, William. Smeet says, William, if you would be close by, you would be invited for dinner, and we would have a sofa here. Thank you for that, Sabine. What a gracious thought. William says, thank you, Sabine. That is much appreciated. Just shows you what a beautiful world we live in because we have beautiful people like Sabine. All right, that's a perfect note to say goodbye. Take care, guys. If you need a prayer, you got a prayer to each and every one of you. Take care, guys.